Former UK Labour leader Ed Miliband will help chair a review into why the party lost the general election. Labour Together is promising an inquiry that goes beyond simplistic explanations for the party's biggest defeat in decades.
At the heart of Labour, the man who to some has become an icon.
I will not lead the party in any future general election campaign.
But after an election as bruising as this one, the spotlight is on Jeremy Corbyn. A group of party activists known as Labour Together are launching an inquiry and delving into what went wrong.
We want to sort of sit outside of that formal process, but bringing together all the different traditions, all the different wings of the Labour Party to try and come to some sort of collective understanding that we hope the new leadership team, as they come into place in the spring next year, will take on board.
Among those leading the review, the former Labour leader, Ed Miliband, himself defeated by the Tories in 2015.
There's already been plenty of criticism that Ed Miliband, someone who has proven he cannot take on the Tories to get a majority here, and his campaign manager, Lucy Powell, are now involved in working out what has gone so badly wrong for Labour. But Labour Together say they'll be taking in a broad range of views from across the party. And one of the first things they'll be doing is speaking to the 59 MPs that lost their seats at the election.
Leave seats in Labour heartlands like Workington and Tony Blair's Sedgefield, red since the 1930s. In London, Kensington, a Remain seat was gained by Labour in 2017, only to be lost 2 years later.
I think it's probably too early, and I think it's very inward-looking. We should be looking outward. We should be looking at our constituents, the people who actually vote for us, who rely upon us, and find out why it didn't work for them. I think we should be speaking to them and not to each other.
By the time the inquiry reports, the Labour leadership campaign is expected to be in full swing, which may impact Corbyn allies.
In the last couple of years, there has been a certain hostility, sometimes quite an open hostility from the Labour leadership and people around it towards these types of research, but really they are the best way to listen to what the public is saying.
But the Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell has endorsed the inquiry, tweeting, "Elections are won and lost by a combination of long-term trends and short-term contingencies, but we must also ensure that Labour remains as a party whose fundamental role is to change the world, not just react to it." Labour is now expected to launch an official inquiry as this unofficial post-mortem gets underway and the party faces yet more years in opposition. Ali Fortescue, Sky News.